Okay, guys, welcome back. Here is Lenson Momo from NEO-HEN Farms. I want us today we look on a very simple topic, understanding vaccination. Understanding vaccination, and we want us to look on the myths and the misconceptions which revolve around vaccination process. Because very many people have done very many mistakes when they have vaccinated their birds, either without knowing or they were misguided. Today we want to tackle all these myths and misconceptions about vaccination so that you may be able to start and run your poultry farm without struggling and without losing your birds. What is vaccination? Let's start from that point. A vaccine is a live virus which is introduced in the immune system of the chicken so that when that disease comes, it finds the virus is already active in the immune system of the chicken. For example, the Newcastle vaccine. I have heard very many people say a Newcastle vaccine is a drug or is an antibiotic which you give your chicken so that they may not be affected by the Newcastle disease. Number one myth: vaccine is not an antibiotic. Vaccine is not a drug. It is a live virus which you introduce in the immune system of the chicken so that if something happens, if the disease comes, the chicken is ready to fight the disease. A good example is like the Newcastle vaccine. You realize for the virus to survive, it must be stored below 5 degrees Celsius. If it goes above 5 degrees Celsius, what normally happens, the virus will die, and then you'll just be giving your chicken either pure water or you'll be giving them a dead virus. Then what will happen, you'll not have vaccinated your birds, then you'll lose your birds as you progress. So it's very good to ensure that you store your vaccine below 4 degrees Celsius. I know majority of you are smallholder farmers. Farmers with 50 chicken, 100 chicken, 200 chicken, 500 chicken. Even me, I'm also a smallholder farmer. I lie in that category because you only become medium smallholder farmer when you rear above 10,000 birds. Majority of us, you realize, we cannot afford enough money to stock enough vaccines in our fridges, which can take us for a long period of time. So what you normally do, identify an agrovet near you which has a fridge which runs 24 hours, which stores the vaccine. Then make sure you be buying from that agrovet to come and vaccinate your bird. Another misconception which happens, very many people, they don't know how to carry this vaccine. The best time to vaccinate your birds is either early in the morning or late in the evening. What do you normally do? You realize, for example, like Guboro and Newcastle, these are the vaccines which you can do either eye drop or nose drop. What you normally do, the most effective method is you can do the eye drop or the nose drop, because you normally ensure each and every bird is vaccinated. But the drinking water, to ensure that 99.9% of the birds have taken the vaccine, what you normally do, you normally give the birds food from 4 a.m. in the morning, enough food so that they may get thirsty. After they get thirsty, what you normally do, this time you are giving your food, there is no water in the drinkers. Ensure that the water you have closed, if you use the automatic drinkers, like me, ensure that they are closed, there is no water flowing in the automatic drinkers and no element of water in that poultry house. You realize at that point, the birds will take the food, then the urge to drink water will be very high. So at around 8 a.m., you introduce your vaccine in the drinking water. You hear the birds will scramble for the water, and 99.9% of the birds will be vaccinated either against Newcastle or Guboro, those two which you can only vaccinate through drinking water. Another thing you need to understand, I have seen another group of people who walk in the villages carrying something they call vaccine in a jerrycan. Then they come to your farm, they tell you, you have your 10 chicken, we want to give it vaccine. Then they remove the jerrycan. Then what they normally do, they give the high drop now of the concoction they are carrying in the jerrycan. Guys, this is not a vaccine. I'm not destroying their businesses, but you are going to lose your money if this is how you normally vaccinate your birds. Make sure you buy the vaccines from reputable suppliers. Alternatively, because the list doses is 100 doses of vaccines, it means you should be able to keep at least 100 birds. It's better you go the organic way, where you are going to use maybe the organic products, which I shall be making some videos on how you can vaccinate your birds organically by use of the available resources around you. If you have maybe less than 100 birds. But if you have more than 100 birds, make sure you buy the vaccine in 100 doses, then you give them to ensure that they are fully vaccinated. A good study, when we do the vaccination of our birds, what we normally do, we normally close all these automatic drinkers to ensure no water is flowing in these drinkers. Then the next thing we normally do, we introduce a lot of feed on these feeders, where the birds are going to take more food. Then we normally prepare our vaccine, then we mix, then we normally use the manual drinkers, where we now mix the vaccine, then we bring it now in this chicken house. Then they take the vaccine, then they become well vaccinated. One thing you need to understand again about this vaccination is that after you vaccinate your birds, it's good because that virus you have stressed your bird. What you normally do, make sure you introduce a multivitamins, because this vaccine have made the bird stressed. So we normally introduce a multivitamin to ensure now we reduce the stress levels which have been induced in the immune system of the chicken. This is to ensure that the bird does not die or does not affect its laying rate or does not affect its normal performance. This is our best practice. You should practice always when you vaccinate your birds. The other thing, if your birds, for example, are sick, if you vaccinate them, what you would have done, you have accelerated the process of them dying. They will die, all of them, then you lose everything and you will not be able to recoup anything, because this vaccine will not cure already a sick bird. Is only there to prevent. As we normally say, prevention is better than cure. That's why farmers, I normally take vaccination very keen in your hen farms to ensure you farmer, you succeed in your venture and you don't lose your money. The reason why vaccination is done is to ensure you don't lose your birds in large numbers. Mortality is allowed around 2 to 5% of the total birds you have, but if you don't vaccinate, you can lose your birds up to 80%, 90%. You only remain with small number of birds, then you would have lost all your money. Next video, I shall be take you step by step on the vaccination schedule, so that you understand from the time the chick is hatched at the hatchery, from the time it gets the marks, then how it is done and the best method to do it. We look on Newcastle how it is done and the method is done out to the last vaccination, which is now the fall typhoid at week 7, so that you can have a basic understanding on how you can be able to vaccinate your birds so that you may succeed in your poultry venture. Make sure you have great understanding about this, because if you don't get this information right, you are going to lose all your poultry farm just within one night. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to meet you in the next video. Kindly like my videos, subscribe, and also hit the like button. See you in the next video. Thank you.